Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing good in this holiday season. So as the title says, we are going to have a little chat today. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I recently watched the news a few days ago about this teacher at a school by the name of Eastside Catholic losing his vice principal position for basically being in a homosexual marriage. So just to give you guys a little background, if you guys don't know, I was born and raised in the Seattle area. Ooh. So the school that is in Bellevue, which from where I live, just outside of Seattle, is like 10 minutes away. So basically the greater Seattle area. And I also grew up going to Catholic school. If you guys don't know, what you guys should know is I was born and raised Christian, like in church every Sunday, every Wednesday, every week. And I'm even wearing my high school, what is this called? A sweatshirt. Sweatshirt. It's a school that I went to. It's also under the Archdiocese of Seattle. Before I went to high school, I went to middle school at a school called St. Paul. So it's a little background. So I'm very familiar with the Archdiocese of Seattle, which all the Catholic schools in the greater Seattle area are under. Yes, Eastside Catholic was kind of our football rival a little bit, but you know, that's not what we're talking about today. And I'm also familiar through my years of Catholic school, very familiar with the Catholic Church and the Catholic doctrine. So before we get started in this conversation, I'm going to keep it short, but I was watching the news. I don't really watch the news that much, and I saw that they were having a rally, which I was like, hey, how come I wasn't invited to the rally? But I realized I haven't been in high school for a while, so I don't know what's going on in high school. And I don't really watch the news because the news to me is very depressing, and they hardly show anything positive, so I don't want to watch the news that much. And so a vice principal, also a teacher, is homosexual, and the archdiocese basically asked him to remove himself from the position. And the students, first it started as a sit-in. They sat in at the school gym, I believe. Don't quote me. They sat in at the school at Eastside Catholic to show support for him. And then on Friday, they went down to the headquarters of the Archdiocese here in Seattle, and they had a protest to get the vice principal his job back. And what I got from it was the Archdiocese had released a statement basically saying that they did not fire him because he was homosexual. They had no problem with him being homosexual. They asked him to leave his position because of the marriage, and that the marriage goes against the Catholic doctrine. So what I really want to talk about today is I was just reading on a blog. I won't name it because I don't agree with the article, that the lack thereof of an article that they had on it and the title of it. But basically going through the comments on people, some of the comments that they were saying, some good, some bad, was basically people took it how they want to take it about the video that they post from our local news channel. And basically some people were saying, well, this is what some people homeschool their kids because they don't want their kids to be exposed to different lifestyles. He's trying to influence their lifestyle of being heterosexual or homosexual or any other, or he's trying to recruit them to be homosexual, or he shouldn't be talking to the kids about being homosexual. And that just prompted me to make this video because as someone that is in the kids' position at a school that basically requires you to study the doctrine of the Catholic Church and study the Bible, and having grown up in that and having, you know, basically, I'm a very opinionated person, obviously. If you watch my channel a lot or know me, I'm a very opinionated person. But for me, I've had many problems with the Catholic Church because of their doctrine. And this, to me, is another part of that, an extension of that, in that, first of all, he didn't tell the kids to be gay. That's not what it is. But to me, the reason why they were rallying against the archdiocese, and the reason why I have a problem, is because basically what some people have been doing for centuries is basing your prejudice or your dislikes or whatever you want to call it based on the Bible. People are saying that being gay is a sin. To me, I don't believe being gay is a sin. Now, whether I'm wrong or not, that's up to God. That's not up to anyone else. That's my opinion. What you do behind your closed doors at home is none of my business. Who you marry is none of my business. Who you prefer to have your relationships with is none of my business. So for me, the archdiocese is not God. It's a societal human or living organization, just like everything else. And so for me, I have the problem with you, in the same breath you say, I don't care that you're homosexual, but you can't be married. To me, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I think too many people base their prejudices and just bigotry based on the Bible. And to me, being a Christian, a follower of Christ, whose whole teaching was to not judge and to be loving and caring of everyone, who also hung out with tax collectors and prostitutes himself, to me, that's counterproductive and basically hypocritical for you to judge someone based off their life and what they want to do. So for me, I have a real problem with people that say, I don't like gays because it's against Christ. I don't like Jews because it's against Christ. I don't like Africans because it's against Christ. That makes no sense at all. Because if you read the Bible, where in it does it say it's okay to hate someone, but in the same breath say you serve an all-knowing, all-loving God and follow his son that was accepting of everyone? While everyone was being so concerned with women with leprosy, he was the one saying, as long as you believe in me and my Father, you will be healed, and there I have nothing against you. While everyone hated tax collectors, he was going to them to ask them how their day was. The whole purpose of being a Christian is to say we have differences, yes, but we serve and are loved by a loving God. That's the whole point of being a Christian, is to be Christ-like. And having someone lose their job because they do something in their household that you don't like is not being Christ-like. So to me, this makes no sense. And if I had known that the protests and rally was going on, I would have been down there too. Yes, my old self compared to high schoolers would have been out there too, because there should be no reason why someone's personal life affects their job. I can understand if you were doing something that could harm the children, or if you do something that was so wildly inappropriate, like, sexting or putting things on the internet that aren't okay. That makes sense. Normal everyday things that get you removed from your job. That makes sense. But you loving someone enough to want to marry them and be with them forever is causing you to lose your job? I can't agree with it. I'm sorry. But like the old saying goes, a few apples do spoil the whole batch. So to my fellow Christians out there that are kind of sort of extreme and blaming your bigotry and your prejudices and your crazy kooky ideas on Christianity, stop it. Just stop it. You're making us all look bad. And I've said this before, not on here, but I can see why someone who isn't Christian can dislike Christians. Yeah. But that's all. I'm done with my rant. But I hope you guys have a lovely holiday season. If you are Christian, Merry Christmas. If you are not Christian, happy Sunday, because it's almost 12 o'clock. Happy Sunday. As always, thank you for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.